Honorable members of the U.S. House of Representatives, dear guests, I want to take this opportunity to commend Chairman Tom McClintock and Congressman Brad Sherman for their leading role in House Bipartisan Resolution 100. I would also like to recognize the House majority members who stood on the side of the Iranian people to offer a sound policy on Iran. You showed the correct side of the history. Since you introduced this resolution a month ago, the Iranian regime, under different pretexts, has shown its utmost anger and has resorted to massive rhetoric against the noble members of U.S. Congress. But House majority support for this resolution is, in fact, the decisive response of U.S. House of Representatives to the Iranian regime and the massive disinformation campaign to hinder your support for the Iranian resistance and people's uprising. It demonstrates that the members of Congress will only increase their support for the people of Iran as they fight for a democratic, free republic based on separation of religion and the state. Continuing the policy of appeasement by the West, especially over the past 6 months, has allowed the Iranian regime to evade accountability for its crimes. Despite brutal suppression inside Iran, the resistance units are relentlessly working on a daily basis, as change will only come as a result of the struggle waged by the Iranian people and their organized resistance against the IRGC and repressive forces in the Iranian streets. The Iranian people have shown in the past 6 months that they reject any form of dictatorship, be it the Shah dictatorship or Mullah's theocracy, and are willing to pay the price to achieve freedom. Indeed, Iran will be free.
I'm very pleased to announce that House Resolution 100, which expresses Congress's support for the right of the Iranian people to a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran, is now co-sponsored by an absolute majority of the House of Representatives. 222 members of the 435-member House, Republican and Democrat alike, now stand side by side with the people of Iran who struggle to rid themselves of the theocratic thugs who have oppressed them for far too long. The principles of the 10-point plan, the universal right to vote in free and fair elections, the right of every person to participate in a free market and to enjoy the prosperity that freedom guarantees. This is the future of Iran. Its course is already charted. The journey has already begun. And indeed, its shining destination can already be seen taking shape in the distance.
The women of Iran are a beacon and an inspiration to the world. But what Iranian women need is to feel safe and free in their own country as well. And so I want to thank you. I am with you in solidarity and for the entire fight with my colleagues here in Congress.
The vision of freedom is a powerful vision, but more importantly, we recognize this is being done to help people back home. The internal struggle that is taking place inside Iran is very important for you and for them to know that there are people who care.
And so we support a democratic process in Iran. We support your freedom. We support your fight. You've literally risked your lives for this freedom, and we stand with you.
Oh, we love the 10-point plan. We want to free Iran. We're so thankful for Mayor Rajavi, what she's doing, and how you all been following her and supporting her, and actually coming out in the open, because you have to know there's some threat there, saying that America is standing for a free Iran that's nuclear-free, that's democratic, that, by the way, could be governed by the first female president in Iran's history. What do y'all think? No more evil tyrants right? Not in Iran. They've got to go. This is evident in this is the time for the revolution. This is the day. This is the cause. The United States is with you. The world is watching. We are all with you. It's evident in the slogan, quote, "Death to the dictator, be it the Shah or the leader." What do y'all think?
This is, some of you have been working for a democratic Iran since the 1970s. I've been working on it since the 1980s. The resolution recognizes Miriam Rajavi as one of the women who has been a leader in fighting for democracy in Iran, and it commemorates a whole new generation of women who are fighting.
But when I speak of women, I speak of humanitarians. I speak of freedom fighters. I am looking to Madam the President, the freedom fighter. And today we honor this president. Miriam, we honor you. Madam Rajavi, we honor you today. Long before anyone would listen, I'm very grateful that her plan calls for the universal right to vote, free elections, and a market economy, and advocates gender, religious, and ethnic equality. She calls for the abolition of the Sharia law and the death penalty. She calls for a foreign policy based on peaceful coexistence and a non-nuclear republic, Iran, based on separation of religion and state. Who can reject that? But how grateful we are to have a visionary who way in front, so much so that they called her a terrorist. Thank goodness I was on the right side of that, and that is no longer the case. She is a freedom fighter.
So I stand with the Iranian people that we want freedom, we want democracy, we want human rights. All the things that Madam Rajavi has said, President Rajavi has said, those are the principles that America stands by. And it's our hope that one day the Iranian people will also have that. We hope someday that you have a people's house in Tehran.
And I was happy to lend my support and to be a co-sponsor of HRES 100 and simply expressing that the United States Congress goes on record saying that we support the people's desire to be free in Iran. And not only to be free, but to be democratic, to be secular, to be non-nuclear. So I just want to say thank you to the Albanian government for their support and want to do everything I can to encourage them to support Iran, a free Iran.
We are very supportive of the people in Persia who want a free country, a free republic, built on a constitution that guarantees freedoms, and a people who respect that constitution. And Iran will one more time be a light, not only in that part of the world, but over the whole world, like it has been through so much of its history. So I'd like to thank you for all being here, and hopefully this time next year we can meet and congratulate you on the new Iran.
I'm here to tell you that we have 225 members of Congress who are in support of HRES 100, which is expressing support for the Iranian people's desire for a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran, and condemning the violations of human rights and state-sponsored terrorism by the Iranian government. So I stand with the people who seek freedom, who seek human rights, and I stand with you, so thank you very much for your steadfast support.
You're standing for freedom, you're standing for opportunity, and particularly for the young people of Iran. They need to have a positive future, and you're making a difference.